Good evening, everybody. Hello there, Nikki on the late shift. This class is called Photo Focus, and it's the Saturday evening 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. class. All right, so we are using the fabulous cider and donuts collection to make this autumn feel layout. Yeah, we've got a few photos on this layout. So one very large, well, not very large, but large one, and 4 smaller ones. And you can adapt that if you don't have 4 small photos. You could just do 3 or 2 or whatever you felt like, really. Just replace the photos for panels of pen and paper. So the purpose of this class was or the concept for this class is to have a large photo focus, a large photo. Goodness, don't say that too quickly. So to have one focus photo. It could be central, but in this case it's not quite. And then for a mosaic border to go all the way around, so all fitted together nicely in a grid design. We'll just pop you up here and show you the layout. Right, here's the layout. And as you can see, I have a 5 by 7 inch photo in here. That one has no borders. It's fine if yours does, but mine didn't. And then I have created this kind of paneling all the way around, or mosaic effect, I like to call it, where I have different shapes, all different rectangles, all fitting together to create one big block. All right, so that's the focus of this class. You'll see I have my one 5 by 7 photo, and then I have my 4 little photos, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have, say, panels going all the way around, teeny one in here, a small narrow strip here, that one up there, that one there, small narrow one here, long narrow one there, and under here, and then the pumpkin strip at the bottom. So it's a little bit, I wouldn't say fiddly, but you do have to be fairly accurate when you make the cuts. Now, if you have a look in your instructions, you will see that there is a diagram containing exactly what size everything needs to be and where you need to get it from. Now, I had terrible trouble printing that diagram. Goodness knows why. My printer has been playing up lately, and to the point where I nearly threw it out the window printing for this Dayaway. So I have bought a new one now, and finally it has had to go to printer heaven after it's served me very well for a very long time, but I could not solve this problem with the diagram. So if you're struggling to read it, please accept my apologies, and it's not your bad eyesight, it's my bad printing. I've put a high resolution photograph of that in the Facebook folder. Album, that's what I was looking for. So you'll be able to find that diagram in there and see the measurements much more clearly than you will do on your instructions. So some of them were fine, but a lot of them were not. So and there was no rhyme or reason to why it would print some okay and some not. You know, everything seems to be working okay. So I don't know. Anyway, I've given up with it. I've had one too many troubles and bought a new one. Diagram is in the Facebook album. Have a look at that, and then follow that to the letter, and then you will have exactly the same grid as me. If you want to change anything up, of course, please do so. Just bear in mind that you just need to take the little white gaps into account. All right. Now, once I had got everything cut, I distressed the edges ever so slightly. So not a lot. They are very lightly distressed, but not a lot. And then I pieced them all together and stuck them down. My 5 by 7 photo is stuck flat. All of my panels are flat. The only things that are raised up is my 4 little photos. All right. And then everything else is fairly straightforward. There's nothing major that you have to do here or anything you need to be really aware of, other than you have to go and find your little pieces of ephemera from the embellishment bag. Now, the cider and donuts floral bits, I decided to split 4 ways. Everybody has one large pumpkin, but it might be a different colour to what I've used. Everybody has one large flower, but again, it might be a different colour to what I have used. So you'll either have the same set as me or you won't. And if you don't have the same set as me, then you'll have slightly different colours. But everybody has one pumpkin, one large flower, an acorn, a few leaves, and some other flowers, you know, so or flowers or leaves. So just be aware that things will look slightly different to what I've got, but not wildly so. Everything is broadly the same. Okay, so I've added my title here from the chipboard, and then I've layered underneath my big flower here, and that's more chipboard here as well. I should actually say that my title is raised on foam pads. I hadn't realised that, but it is because this one, the flags are stuck flat, but this one is raised up. I'm not sure whether that's in my instructions. And then I've added the pumpkin up here from the chipboard, and then I have got some other little areas here, and then the mittens on here as well. Give Thanks is also a piece of chipboard tucked just under my photo. So yeah, have fun embellishing. It was a lovely layout to make. I did also put a little doodled border, stitched border around the orange panel. So here and here, this one here and this one here. And then I obviously added a doodled border all the way around the outside edge of my large panel as well. And then I've added in some little butterflies and hearts from the Vicky Boutin puffy stickers, and then I've got some enamel dots from the cider and donuts enamel dots, which are in your embellishment bag. It's half a pack. I've got this gorgeous little squirrel charm that I have sewn in place with yellow embroidery thread, but I've also stuck it with glossy accents so that it doesn't dangle around too much or turn over, fall incorrectly. And then I finished off finally with a few splatters of black paint. All right, completely optional, of course. I love a splatter. Okay, so that is the main layout. Then the second layout, again, I wanted to stick with my same concept, which was to have a focus photo. My goodness, that's really hard to say, isn't it? Have a focus photo, and then to create paneling or mosaic all the way around it in this grid design. So that's exactly what I've done here. I've got my 6x4 photo, which is actually smaller than 6x4, and then I've cut pieces of leftover pattern paper to fit. And I've done a big strip along here, short strip here, little tiny strip here, some pumpkins. All right, and then you can see how that all came together. And then I've got this little embellishment cluster on here, which is made up of more of the ephemera pieces and some more chipboard pieces, also some enamel dots. And then I've added some titles from the Beaver Lint sketchbook titles. Loving this, and perfect in gold. And then I've added the big shelf. Now, up to you whether you add the big shelf. I really liked everything that was on there, but it's got nothing to do with my photo, which is when we're out of the pumpkin patch. So go with what works for you. You can either use it or not. And then I've got a little puffy heart up here. That's from this sticker sheet, and one down here as well. I mentioned enamel dots. Did I? I think I did enamel dots already. And again, I finished off with some splatters of black paint. All right, so again, that one, you'll find the extra inspiration layout in the folder, the Facebook album. So have a look at those and zoom in if you want some more detail. All right, but there you go. That is the extra inspiration layout, and this is the first layout. All right, I hope you have enjoyed this class. I thoroughly enjoyed making this one. It was fun to piece it all together and create this kind of mosaic effect. I really like it, and it's not something I do very often, hardly ever, in fact, never, I don't think. So it was nice to do a slightly different concept. Okay, so yeah, any questions, let me know. This is the last class of today, Saturday, and we will have Vic back in the morning at 10 a.m. with her spectacular class. But for now, this is the last class of today, Saturday. So if you have any questions, you are very welcome to contact me. You can either send me a message on Facebook Messenger, or you can tag me on Facebook in the group, and I will come back to you as soon as I can. You also, of course, have your instructions. Don't forget to look at the diagram that's in the Facebook album, and there's a process video too. All right, so happy scrapping. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've had a lovely day, and we will see you back in the morning. Bye.